Digital Content Creators presents the Networking Roundtable discussion.
All right, let's get the ball rolling. So, everyone who's been to one before, you know exactly what's coming. I'm about to share an interactive presentation. Mentimeter. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out your phone, your device, and instead of texting other people while we're on the call, you're going to be interacting with us. I want you to scan the QR code or go to your browser, www.menti.com, and enter the code. And then once you're in, yes, just give us a thumbs up and we can see you coming in. So we've got 3 people already, 4 people, 5, fantastic. 6. Let's try and get that to 10. All right.
9.
9. Fantastic. Okay. Now, at any point during the presentation, you can always come back in. Okay. There will be the code at the top at menti.com, and I'll just keep the QR code in the bottom corner as well. So for any reason you can't get in, you can always come back. And if for any reason it's not working, just talk to us in the normal Zoom chat. I can already see that Christine has already put in the Zoom chat the Menti code as well. So let's move on to the topic for today, for this DCC Roundtable, Beyond Borders, how to build a truly global brand. And we're going to be talking about marketing your business globally. Okay, so just to test the mechanic for those of you who've never used Mentimeter before, where are you all joining from? Do we have a global audience or just a local US audience? Okay, so we've got NY, got Atlantis, US, New Mexico, New York again, Maine, just East Coast. Okay, Ecuador, fantastic.
Nova Scotia.
Okay, there we go. Belgium. There we go. Philippines. Okay, now it's getting interesting. Okay, fantastic. Okay, awesome. So we do have a global audience here, even though it is definitely more US based. We do have a global audience. Just look in the chat quickly. What do we have in the chat? We got New York again. FL, I think that's Florida. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's see from the group that we have on the call, do you market your products or services outside of the United States? Okay, let's see what we got. So at the moment, it looks pretty split, 50-50. We actively target international markets. Interesting because although I've never lived in the US, I only sell to the US market. So that's interesting. So although I'm external, okay, so it's pretty split. So we've got a lot of people that sell outside the US, but a good bunch of people who don't quite yet. Okay. So let's meet the hosts. Jan, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm the founder and the CEO of Digital Content Creators. And welcome. This is, I think, our 5th roundtable. And we're getting better at it every time. So it takes a group to do this. So please feel free to enter questions or comments and let us know what's going on in your mind as we talk. Otherwise, it's just us talking to you.
Absolutely. This is very much an interactive event and we want participation.
And very informal, by the way. There's nothing, this is an informal group to support each other in what's about to happen with AI.
Let's all hold hands virtually.
And jump.
Okay, Christine.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine. I'm the operations manager of DCC. So if you do need publishing e-learning support, let me know and I'll be there to support you guys. Or if you have any AI question, I'm so glad there are so many class participants and also newcomers. So please do enjoy. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Christine. And I'm Evan. I host these roundtables. I host lots of digital events, and I also work operationally at DCC as well. So our guest speaker, Julie Trailstad. Did I pronounce that correct, Julie?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead. Tell us who you are.
Here I am. I'm Julie. I have been working in publishing, and I think I've been a digital pioneer my entire career. I started over 30 years ago. And in my first year of publishing, and only my first year of publishing, we were still pasting up copy on the wall and sending it out to the typesetter the next day. So I witnessed the coming of digital typesetting, followed by eBooks on CD-ROM. And I was telling John a little bit earlier, when I worked to Wiley, I was one of the first people working on eBooks there in the 1990s. And Wiley thought eBooks were going to be like software, and that they were going to be like way more expensive than paper books, because software, like, wow, that's way more valuable than a book. This didn't turn out to be that way, but it was really interesting. But I've also I ran my own publishing company, which was sort of built on the idea of print on demand. My mother did her dissertation at WashU using punch cards on a computer in the 70s too. So like I've always been a digital pioneer. So I was early in on social media, and had my own publishing company that was designed around print on demand. Unfortunately, I sold my first book to Borders, and Borders went under with all of my books. So then I worked at Writer's House for a while, which is the largest literary agency in New York City. And my job there was to run their self-publishing program, which no literary agent really wanted to discuss or know that was really happening. But we sent a lot of out-of-print books and books we couldn't sell over the Kindle side. And at the same time, what I found more of my job was even working with authors specifically to help them build their digital platforms, which included Facebook advertising, social media, starting newsletters, starting websites. And so now, as an independent consultant, I am working, like, I know you invited me here because I'm the head of US for StreetLib, which is an international ebook distribution company. But I also have an author coaching practice and run masterminds where we're actively using AI to develop marketing plans and to market books. So in a nutshell, that's it.
Thanks, Julie. And we got a comment from Scott Zimmerman. I did my dissertation in 1971 using paper punch cards to do the writing. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I say my mom did that too. So I'm like a digital baby. I had my first
I need to
computer.
chime in on this as well. So I had my master's in computer methodology in 1973, and at that time, the current computer was an IBM 360 that took up a whole room, needed to be at 60 degrees, and had a raised floor for all of the cables. And I learned Fortran and COBOL.
Yep, IBM 360, 65, and then some little digital self-contained stacks at North Carolina.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Good old days, unbelievable,
Good old
man.
Well, I
days.
started on a TRS-80, the desktop
There you go.
floppies and a cassette drive for memory.
Yeah,
So-
baby. I had one of the first Macs with when we got an external drive. It was amazing because we weren't inserting.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Oh, those good old days, boy, long ago.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Okay, that's enough.
it's all
And then
good.
Deborah learned computer programming, matrix algebra in 1965. So Deborah wins.
Right.
Deborah wins.
There you
Deborah
go.
wins. Okay, awesome. So let's get into our first question. Julie, if you can kind of like just give us a little 5-minute breakdown, how to use AI to market your content globally.
Yeah, so, and I gave Christine, I have a little freebie on how to develop a marketing plan using AI and to do the research. But I would say for doing marketing globally is something I'm working with my colleagues at StreetLib doing. And what we're looking at is the fact that we sell our books. Basically, StreetLib is an online platform where you can upload your ebook, and then we distribute it to marketplaces everywhere. And what I found that we were having difficulty with. It's like people know how to market on Apple and Amazon and Kobo, which are the big US US outlets, but we're like, well, how do you sell your books if they're on Storytel? Or what if they're in Italian on Amazon, but in Italy? So what we've been using AI for is to go out and research these marketplaces and their readers and where to reach them. And, AI can even translate for us, at least give us some market intelligence. So for the most part, at this moment, we're using it for that. And then some of our clients are using what we learn to run advertising in these markets targeted at the audience that we can uncover, if that makes sense. But what we, luckily for us, we're learning, like, Germany is 25% an English-speaking market. But we need to figure out how to reach those Germans in English. And AI has made figuring out where to post things, what blogs and websites are relevant. It's just the market research, I would say, that we're doing mostly right now. Yeah.
Julie, you told me something really interesting before this meeting.
Yeah.
So can you go over the statistics that you told me? Because I was blown away by it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'm kind of, every time I hear it, I'm blown away too. And that is that the US market for eBooks specifically only represents 10% of the readers. And a lot of that has to do with eBooks have not been widely adopted in the United States. In fact, most of our publishers report that eBooks are no more than 10 or 15% of their total sales. And we see it much higher in other countries. I think you can go to India safely and say that in India, they kind of skipped the TRS-80 phase and the desktop phase, and everyone had a mobile phone, a smartphone right from the beginning, and every one of those smartphones is an e-reader. So in that market, e-reading, it's flopped. It's like 90-10. So there's like almost no bookstores, but almost all reading online and on an e-reader. In other markets like Scandinavia and in Thailand, it's about 50-50.
So one second, Julie, 1 second. So India is an English-speaking market.
Yes.
And that's 1.5 billion people.
Yeah, and all reading on
And
their
all
phone.
reading ebooks on a phone.
Mhm.
So if you're not marketing there's probably something wrong.
Right. India's challenging too, because the pricing structure is entirely different from the US. So that's where I would say you can use AI. Perplexity is my favorite. You can ask questions very pointedly about what's the common pricing, what are the top 10 books selling in India, and how are they priced, how are they described. You can use it to sort of make sure. And then another thing you can do is say, like, here's my competitive book in India, and this is the book description, and this is my book description. Enter them both in ChatGPT and say, modify my description so it works in India, or give me a pricing structure that will be more appropriate for this market. Like, things that were just invisible are now visible because you can ask AI to do the research for you.
So I was not aware that the American market is so little in ebooks. I know that audiobooks have really taken off. And I recommend every one of our authors to do an audiobook if possible.
Yeah, and I know,
people with AI, they can clone your voice. They can do a lot right now that makes it more affordable for everybody.
Right, and you might have noticed, well, in the Scandinavian countries, audiobooks are more popular than ebooks, and have been for a number of years. And in the United States, for the first time, audiobooks outpaced ebooks. But they're still only, each of them is about 10%, and paperback, hardcover, reading on print is still much larger percentage of the book market in the US.
I just saw Scott's comment about AI and how everybody that he met was against AI. And that's something I guess we should address the elephant in the room.
Right.
AI does not necessarily
Okay, so what
tiny creativity, right?
Right. So what I'm thinking, like, I have a hierarchy of what I think is least scary to most scary.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, so least scary is research, and then but double checking.
I use the analogy of finding a sharp rock in the caveman days. And you could use that to process an animal skin, to cut firewood, to hit on against iron pyrite and create a fire. It's a tool.
Exactly. And so when I talk to like literary agents and editors and people in the publishing world about AI, I really lean heavy on saying I'm using it for marketing. And, I think people are very threatened by the creative takeover. And I think I was commenting to Jan, though, just before that I believe that AI is going to get to the point where bad books are going to be inexcusable, because if you wrote a book, you should run it through the AI and have it help you improve your book, make it more marketable, more, readable, faster, more accurate, as a helper. So I think that, if you sort of think of like the things that are least threatening, and certainly the things publishers hate to do the most, which is the marketing piece, let it help them there, and then sort of ease it into other pieces of their workflow.
Fantastic. Thanks for that exploration. So it seems like research is a huge part of it, Julie, in terms of using. There's so many different AI research tools now. They're all competing with each other. But you're saying Perplexity is the one to go for now, and then we can just use their research function to be able to enter into new markets, and and understand where's the
Another
low
thing,
hanging fruit.
I could explain, like, one exercise I did is like I took the top 25 authors in Germany in a certain category in romance, and I just in English, and I entered their names, and I asked Gemini, the AI, to find these authors' websites, their books. I wanted a lot of intelligence about who is successful in this market and how I could meet it. And like within an hour, I had this fabulous detailed portrait of my competition in Germany.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't even tried DeepSeek yet, Eric.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
DeepSeek's now built into Perplexity, Julie.
Okay.
It's built in.
There's models coming out every day, it seems like.
At least once a day.
Yeah.
So guys, let's talk about AI agents. So this is going to be like our first breakout. So we've talked about AI, and we'll talk about the global piece later, but let's just get an idea of okay, so are you familiar with AI agents? No. What is an AI agent?
Yes, there's one. Yeah, one.
Yes.
What is two?
Okay. What is an AI agent?
I've been learning how to build AI agents. That's been my project this year.
Fantastic. So Julie, I think there's enough people who are unfamiliar. There's at least four people unfamiliar. So I think it's definitely worth, Julie, can you explain what an AI agent is and how if you've been working with one?
Sure. Yeah, I'm taking a course actually on the Maven platform about how to build an AI agent. And in a nutshell, you're probably familiar with the individual AI chats like ChatGPT or Claude, where you're having a plain language consultation back and forth. That chat maybe will write an article for you, but it won't complete a task for you. Essentially, it will give you assistance, it will help you find things, it will give you a draft. I mean, you could cut and paste it and it's done. What the difference is, an AI agent is actually a string of different, some of them are chats, some of them are equations, of different functions all strung together that ultimately can make decisions on their own and ultimately do the work for you. So for instance, like I'm the agents that we were working with, I mean, quite literally, they were customer service agents. So what we learned to do was, one agent was like a research agent. So we basically fed an entire database of questions and answers. And so somebody would type in a question, tell me about your chicken feed. I mean, it was like an agricultural startup, not book related. So tell me about your chicken feed. And then agent number one, the first piece in it, would go and search the database, and it would bring up a list of feed, but it would still be a rough list. So then the next agent, which is another kind of little bot, would then come take that, and it might come back with a question like, I have 15 different varieties. What are you looking for? so it's the next agent might look for it, it passes it from one to another chat, and that chat may ask for a human input or not. If it gets, once it gets the human input, it could send it to another chat bot that could actually say, here's an order form. I know this is simplifying it, but I think the ultimate idea is that an agent is a number of specialty tools. And the thing is, they can be, like you're saying, they can be all different models. Like your first agent could be built on Perplexity, and the second one in the thing could have a ChatGPT backend. And these different intelligence models each have different capabilities. And what people are doing right now is they're trying to take, like if you had a whole company of people and they all had different functions, like something I'm super interested in and I'm plotting out, plotting and publishing, is like, can I take all the steps of the publishing process? Can I start with market research and have a market research agent, and then can it ingest a manuscript and say, will this work in that? And then, you can go on and on and on. The most important thing about building an agent, and the people who are building them right now are trying to figure out, it's a lot of iterating and making sure that the output is correct, because it's always, with any technology, garbage in, garbage out. If the parameters being put in, the questions, the research, if it's sloppy, then it can't, you're going to get mistakes coming out. So these agents are built. The real work of building it is running it over and over and over again, seeing what comes out, giving the agent feedback. But the ultimate result is almost like magic, because an AI agent that is well trained and well built for a particular purpose can do the work of 10 humans, essentially.
So let me give you a practical example how I use it. So we are building an agent to read our emails in project management, take the file, put it into our project management software, read the email of the edits to a book or a course, and then send it back saying we received the edits and we were working on it. And all that will be done automatically. So it will be put into our software. The email will be sent saying we confirm the receipt. And then when it's done, the new file will be sent to the author or coach. So that's an agent. In the simple form, we can, what I've just done is I wanted to do a vacation. So I plotted out a vacation day by day. An agent will then take that information and actually make the reservations. So that's the difference between where we are now and where we're going. It will take your credit card, it will make your plane reservations, it will make your hotel reservations, it'll make your dinner reservations, and confirm everything back to you. I think that makes it a simpler way of doing it, of explaining it, excuse me.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Shannon.
exactly. I mean, it's like a little bit mind-blowing, because it is kind of anything, but it's basically not just using off-the-shelf AI tools. It's putting together a lot of different steps. Some of them might be analysis, some of them might be research, some of them might be like using a credit card. But anything that is repeatable and can be described can be programmed into an agent.
Absolutely. The agent is supposed to replace a virtual assistant in most cases. Okay, just think of what a virtual assistant does. It accesses your emails, accesses tools that you train the person to do. The agent does the same thing. So we're going to go into a breakout room, guys. For those of you who are familiar with agents and have tried to use agents, talk to the group about this. Talk about how you've done it.
Or if you don't know about it, let us know.
Exactly. And then if you're not familiar and you're just hearing about it now, listen and also think about the kind of tasks that you would like to, in the future, have either a person or an AI agent do for you. I think that'd be like a really good way of discussing it. We're going to put 9 minutes on the clock in the breakouts, and I'm going to open the groups. It's groups of 3 to 4. You're going to have 60 seconds once the time is up to be able to wrap up your conversation, and then we'll come back into the main room. So I'm going to open the rooms right now. Everyone, your 9 minutes starts now. And also on your devices, you have this question that should appear on your device. So you should be able to see the question if you forget it for whatever reason. All right, see you back in 10 minutes.
Welcome back.
I missed my warning, Diane.
Yes.
Every email written by AI starts the same. So scratch that first sentence out. Like, I think, what is it?
Hope you're well.
Hope you're well, comma, I'm writing this. Delete the hope you're well because everybody knows that's a ChatGPT email.
Yeah, but
So
that's how
let's
I always
dive
started my letters. I hope you're doing well.
The minute I see that, I don't read past it because I assume it's chat or AI written and it's not personal, which I know is not the truth, but I'm like, if you're not going to take the time to do it right, I'm not going to take the time to give you right.
So when I write to you, how should I address it then?
Start right in. I'm a New Yorker. Just start right in. Today at 4 o'clock, I need to meet with you, blah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Imbecile. You're a
Yes,
fucking
and
idiot.
I'm a Southerner,
God.
so you need
Oh.
to say something, hi, I've been really anxious to meet you. You're wonderful.
My MBTI style is GFNJ. It means guy from New Jersey.
So
All
in a
right, you're
nutshell,
up,
Jen,
Evan.
keep your salutation the way you have it already. It represents who you are.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming back, guys, into the main room. And I'd just like some time for Jan to explain what Digital Content Creators, DCC, does.
Forgot about this part of it. Yes. So, Digital Content Creators is a company that helps people who help people. That's how I like to describe it. So we deal with content in all its forms, whether it's print, whether it's digital, or whether it's audio. We can convert, we can create, and we can produce, and we can distribute content. And we give advice as well. I like to say we're a strategy, but that would be going too far because as AI increases, nobody knows what's going on really. And so one of the reasons I wanted to create these roundtables is to create a group that can support each other. Originally, I had planned on going on a rant about LinkedIn today, but I decided not to do that. But I do think that we need support. I think that the influencers have taken over the platforms, and that the little people have been pushed aside. And I think that we can create a group of people who can support each other and become influencers ourselves. So we will create books for you. We will create audiobooks, print books, eBooks, e-learning courses. We could do all of that. But besides that, we want to support you and each other in selling what we create.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jan. So yeah, guys, you know how to get in contact with us. And we also will talk a little bit more about the WhatsApp group as well at the end of the call. So let's go into our next breakout room. So based on what we've talked about with agents and what Julie was exploring earlier, what other countries or markets are you interested in exploring? India, a non-English speaking market now that you can easily translate everything and all of your content. What markets are interesting for you and your business, your products and services? So I'm going to rejig the rooms right now. Let me recreate them. But I'm going to make it so there's slightly more participants in each room. So we've got at least 4. So hopefully, who was it that Malcolm, was it you? You got put in a room with 2 people who weren't talking. Okay. So Malcolm,
Same people.
okay. So I'm going to do rooms of 4 now, Malcolm. So statistically speaking, I mean, you'd be the unluckiest person I've ever had on the round. If you with 3 people who don't speak.
Well, statistically speaking, 88% of all statistics are made up.
Okay, yes. So, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Same time, 9 minutes. Have fun.
That's kind of a fun way to do it.
Heather, didn't get to tell you the end
Yeah,
of the
I'm so sorry. I accidentally clicked the button to leave. I was just trying to move the box out of my way and I clicked the button to leave and you were giving me such great advice. I apologize. So I
Once
appreciate
it identifies the problem that you solve,
Yeah.
let's say run it through Donald Miller's story brand network or
What
platform.
is that? Can you put that in the chat? Because I'm not quite sure what it is you're saying. Some
Sure.
things. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, where's Jan? Jan, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, there you are. Just making sure the boss is in the building. All right. So, we'll go. I think we have time.
I think we should do an open networking and just talk. How's that?
Yeah, so guys, we'll make this 5 minutes just so that we respect everyone's time. So I'll just jig up the rooms again. Recreate the rooms. Okay. This time, guys, open networking, discuss one thing you're working on, but of course, we don't expect you all to stay on topic. That's the whole point. Okay, let the conversation go. We'll make it 5 minutes. So, oh, no, sorry, I'll make it 4 minutes, and then the rooms you'll have 60 seconds to wrap up what you were saying.
We don't get a warning at 60 seconds anymore.
No.
I'll send.
We did. We got a warning.
Oh, I didn't get one. I go in the middle of a sentence.
Okay. Have fun, guys.
I hit the wrong button. I jumped out.
We're sorry, Kimberly.
Oh no. I was trying to just click the box and I accidentally.
The
same thing that happened with Heather.
Yeah, the same thing happened to Heather. It's fine. Last time.
Fine.
It's all right. You'll have to spend 30 seconds with just us two, unfortunately.
How are you guys doing?
Very good. Very good. Got 2 minutes to wrap this up.
You guys are pretty efficient. I got to give it to you. You keep it
moving. Yep. It's only an hour, but what was fun is the hour goes really quickly, which is good. It's a good sign.
Yeah, it's always so in the first breakout, there were 4 of us that none of us knew what AI agents were. So we were having a good time talking what we didn't know.
It was bound to happen. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, I think we have everyone in the main room. So 2 minutes to wrap this up. 1 minute. Very quickly, Jan, tell us about the AI Content Collective.
So we're creating a WhatsApp group to support each other. One of the ways I'm trying to get everyone to support each other is when we comment or when we post on LinkedIn, we comment on each other's posts. And that builds engagement, that builds the algorithms that will fuel our expansion of who gets to see our messages. So it's important that we have a group that we can support each other because they're going to be coming a lot of questions. We've already hit a lot of questions and a lot of information that we need to know to market in this new world that we're living in. So the group that I'm trying to create is for everybody. It's not about selling, it's about helping. So if we can do that, we have a better chance of all being successful.
Yes.
So, the WhatsApp group is up there. There's 26 people right now. I'd love to get it to 50. I'd love to have weekly meetings to whoever can make it to discuss what's going on. I think it's important. And I'll leave it at that. Everyone has to make their own decision on that. But we need to be able to support each other.
Thanks, Jan. So, guys, it's just coming up to the hour. Jan, will we be sending an email with the link to join the group? Yes. Okay.
Link to join the group. You'll have a recording of this, and there'll be a questionnaire about how you like the roundtable as well.
We'll get some feedback.
And any suggestions we can do to make it better. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Great session.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Great job. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.